Hi, I'm Dan Lin, Creative Director at Rico Digital. Welcome to Rico Deep Dive, a weekly series where we cut through the hype and dig into what matters in AI-driven digital marketing. At Rico Live 2025, our conference a while ago, there was this key question raised. What are the true costs, environmental, cultural, and social, of using AI? And this is what this week's topic is all about. In December 2024, ChatGPT was handling over 1 billion queries a day. By July 2025, this number had hit 2.5 billion, and it is still rising. And this is just one platform. At Rico Live 2025, we gathered 100 purpose-led businesses in Sydney to learn about marketing in this new setting. Along with the excitement for AI innovation, there has always also been a growing concern of using AI. The question isn't if AI has an impact, it's about how much and where. Homogenization, synthetic empathy, erosion of local knowledge systems, power imbalance, job displacement, these are all happening. The Center for AI Safety also warns of deeper structural risks, including malicious use, systematic misinformation, and even rogue AIs. And these risks are going to require trust, inference, and cultural integrity. We highly recommend watching the interview with AI scientist Geoffrey Hinton, where he talks about the threats AI poses to humanity right now. And what about the environmental cost? The electricity demand for AI data center is outpacing the growth of renewable energy sources. The International Energy Agency reports that global data center electricity consumption could double by next year. And in Europe, by 2030, data centers could account for up to 25% of the new net electricity demand. This sudden high demand is slowing down the closure of coal and gas plants, but also threatens the transition to renewable energy. On the other hand, most data centers use evaporative cooling, where water absorbs heat and then escapes as vapor. This loss adds pressure to the local supplies, especially in the water-stressed region. The AI training and operation is also creating a surge of demand for chips. It is putting a strain on natural resources and creating e-waste that's difficult to recycle. So the question is, how much are we really contributing? With clarity, we can have conscious action. A standard Google search emits zero point 0.2 CO2. A text AI query would be 10 times more than a simple Google search, while AI image generations will create 35 grams of CO2. And video, let's see. Keep scrolling. It's 200 grams of CO2. And according to MIT Technology Review, creating a 5-second AI video is like running a microwave for an hour. And how about water usage? According to OpenAI, each ChatGPT query uses approximately 0.3 millimeters of water. However, research suggests it's 10 millimeters based on full cycle analysis. Sounds like a drop in the ocean times 2.5 billion. And this is only ChatGPT. We're not even talking about the whole AI industry. And let's zoom out to the world scale. Technology is never neutral. AI is built on human-generated data and reflects the perspectives of its creators. Behind AI, it's a race between the US and China, highly equipped with mega investment, computing capacity, and data dominance. Both nations have framed AI leadership as a national priority, essential for economic growth, military, and global influence. Purpose-led businesses are guided by strong ethical values, and those values are more crucial than ever in this movement. Instead of rejecting, we believe that our role is to understand it, empower ourselves, and help shape it in a way that aligns with our collective values. And there are inspiring examples of how AI can be used for good. And for example, Google's flood forecasting models use satellites and machine learning to predict floods up to 7 days ahead, giving communities critical time for preparation. While Wildbook combines AI, citizen science, and computer vision to improve species monitoring. And at Rico Digital, our team also built a custom image recognition tool for radish events to track their food waste. It's inspiring to see the tech communities coming together also to create tools for energy efficiency monitoring, ethics checklist, and the impact of climate change. So, how should purpose led businesses use AI? We advocate number one would be use it consciously, and we've included a checklist for you next. But also offset carbon costs with bigger and measurable impact. And in this case, for Radish event, our AI tool has helped the team shorten hours of work to input all their data. And this means that they can allocate their time better to achieve their zero waste goal. But also advocate for transparency and ethics. Empower yourself with knowledge, and this is what this presentation is all about. And ultimately, continue to support climate action. Continue to advocate for awareness, do the amazing work you do, and support organizations that are at the forefront of climate action. And here's our checklist for you, how to use AI consciously. Number one is always ask the very first question, do I really need AI for this? And so when we develop our solution, our AI engineer would always evaluate, is this logic that we can set up, or do we need AI to solve the problem? And if it is AI, then we need to map out the data structure, identify where the data source comes from, and then how we can combine our own codes with existing applications that may not be using AI to build a solution. And one important thing to remember is never input any sensitive information or data, especially with your customers' data, unless it's permitted. And you can ensure that the data safety is within the platform. Personally, my workflow as a strategist, I would envision my solution, map out all my solutions on my Figma board, write it down in a Google Doc. And then I identify those areas that needs to be solved and where our strengths and weaknesses are. I collect as much information as I can before I input them into AI. And I use Gemini and DeepSeek for strategy, collect all the outputs into my Google Doc, analyze and distill the information to a strategy doc that can be shared with our team. And then our team then use our own custom GPT to develop further the strategy or create content. Am I concerned about the outlook of AI? Yes, 100%. But I'm also a big believer that we must be in it to win it. And that means we must stay informed, master the knowledge, and proactively advocate for our values. Humanity will always struggle to use technology and power wisely and ethically. And the choice we make about how we design, regulate, and integrate AI into our lives will determine whether we are going to bring everyone together or push each other apart. And that is what we're here for, to learn, share, and empower our community. If you enjoy this content, subscribe to our newsletter from link below. And you can also stay connected with us on Instagram and LinkedIn. If you have a project in mind that you think that we can help you with, we help purpose-led businesses build brands and scale their digital marketing backed by research, strategy, and AI. So please feel free to get in touch. We've also included the Q&A answers from our mentors relating to the topic from our events. While there's also a list of information you can read further. Thank you so much for watching.